From the 1980s, but between 80s and 90s, there was a lot of, we call it the winter. There's a lot of limited research in AI, but very, very, most importantly, in the 90s, IBM built a machine called Deep Blue that actually beat a chess master. An actual. So you are playing against a human, and that was one of the growth in artificial intelligence, that you play against a machine, you are thinking, you are making all your moves, but a machine had a lot of set of computational instructions that it was able to leverage your moves and give you counter moves, and it beat it. So those are some of the advancements that are very notable. Then, of course, from the 2010s, we used to have these AI assistants, voice assistant from Siri, from Alexa, and then all the way to currently what we have, ChatGPT, Gemini, and all those. Those have been very rapid advancements in AI, brought together something called generative AI, and I'll talk about it. So this is just a time frame, and just so you understand, it's very important to understand this thing has been there and growing from the 50s, so it hasn't started the other day. But basically, if I was to simplify for you AI, it brings together, it's a set of tools that I use that follow a specific set of instructions that can actually perceive the world. They help understand the world by themselves, a set of instructions, make sense of information, a huge chunk of information, take actions, and continuously improve, right? So that sort of AI, it's a discipline of computer science, but it's also a set of programs, instructions that are geared towards doing all those things, right? Now, we all know machines, or when you leverage AI, machines are supposed to learn and act like us. That's the bottom line of AI. But they're not supposed to be us. There's a big difference of acting like us, but being like us, right? Or being us. Yeah? Of course, there are different people who are saying AI will someday be like humans, but I'm not too sure about that. But if you give a computer program a lot of data, a lot of instructions, a lot of stepwise, and a lot of mathematical variations, it's able to perform certain tasks, and it's also able to actually learn. That's basically the bottom line of what AI is, right? And then it processes data really, really fast. As a human being, I can only process limited amount of data because, you also have RAM. Do you know what a RAM is? Who knows what a RAM is? It's a random access memory. It's like our brain. Even me, I tell people, I write a lot of things because my RAM is very limited. I can only store as much information. So some people, they tell you they're very good at recollecting, but my RAM is very little. I have to write a lot of things because, and the good thing about RAM in computer, it keeps being overwritten. When new things come, it processes and gets overwritten. So we have a very limited RAM, but in computing capability, or in AI capability, we have advanced RAM that not any AI can actually understand. I think I was reading somewhere, a human brain has petabytes. If you break it down, it has petabytes, it can store petabytes of information. So there's actually people who try to break that together, and there's no conceivable computer that can actually have that kind of RAM capability. So that's how we are limited, but we are also very huge. One of the best things about AI, especially when it does its tasks, it's running 24/7. It never takes a break, right? So I give it data, I give it instructions. It's always running. It can run through 1 million records, 1 billion records without ever stopping, right? And then it becomes really good at what it does. Because it's learning, or you're providing with instructions when you have these, move from here to here, learn from the data I've given you, regurgitate it, and find me new patterns, right? So it finds you new patterns that would ordinarily not have been there. So that's really just getting into the boring things about what AI. So AI does not work without data. It does not work without instructions. It does not work without a lot of probability and mathematical methodology around it. So what we know is all those things provide the ingredients needed to make so-called artificial intelligence, okay? And then it's able to do all these things. perceive the world for us, tell me what the weather would look like, provide predictive analysis, provide you new patterns of information you would ordinarily not have noted, take actions. If you find the weather for instance, you can say, if you find there's a lot of weather patterns in Indonesia, a storm is brewing up, please adjust my fare prices traveling to Southeast Asia by 20%. And those are what the bigger airlines leverage, those kind of information to actually do real-life decisions. If you study the weather patterns, if you study this information, political situations and all that, adjust my pricing parameters to reflect that risk or that reality. So in a very larger scope, that's how AI is leveraged in every day-to-day business. But I'm not going to talk about those big things. We are here, as we say, Kenyans. We are on the ground. The ground is very different, and I'm going to try bring it to people on the ground. All these things look very abstract. Okay. So it's not magic, or it's not a genie. As I said before, it simply helps to solve your problems. And there's a very key things or the key components of AI I want to talk about, right? The first one is problem solving, planning, and search. I can leverage different components of AI to achieve that. Think about what we are doing currently with generative AI technologies. The Chat GPT, the Siri, the Cortana. What's the other one? Anyone knows another one? Or people, they're like, you're talking Greek. Alexa, yeah. Anyone else this side? I've already said Siri, yeah? So you have Siri. Okay. So, you ask it, tell me, I like it because I tell it, please remind me the birthday of my wife. And like, oh, this is, because I have a contact information that has lots of data, please remind me where my kids go to school. Bottom line is, it's able to surface information for you. Or, I see my daughter use it a lot to, search and find abstract information. What is, I saw another day say, what is muscle spasm? I was like, huh? And those are some of the surface information for you, which is also tied together with knowledge representation. Then automated reasoning and inference. I give it a lot of data, so much information from different sources, and tell it, please, help me find the patterns or key things that are represented here. And actually, when I run a demo, I'll exactly do that. I took a subset of the finance bill, all those 120 pages, ran it into my AI and told it, please, find me the areas where the finance bill touches on the travel industry. How many already know the clauses? I know we are all making noises, but do you actually know the clauses within the finance bill that touch specifically on your travel industry? I was able to find that in 90 seconds. So I think I'm trying to internalize to you the use of AI in your industry is not particularly what we are imagining. It's going to come on your desk and tell you, okay, it's been nice working with you. Please, move on. No. It's actually very, very wide. It's very, very, very going to be on your daily routine, right? So I'm going to make sure I bring that home within this. I wish I had an AI to keep going after my slides. Then natural language processing. This is an area where we all know we speak different languages. We all speak differently. AI is able to do very interesting things. It can help me actually convert my speech to text automatically. There are methodologies you can actually automatically convert spoken word into text. Now, you can imagine if you run contact center. How many have contact centers? Anyone? Yeah. So if you have contact center and you receive, say, 1,000 records, 1,000 calls in a day, how do you figure out what your customers are complaining about? What is their pain point? You have to rely on the human agents to listen and tell you, hey, this is what they were saying. And as humans, we are very self-protective and defense. If someone found my service bad as the agent, I'm not going to summarize and say, this person said I am bad. I'll say that person was bad. They were very rude, right? So as a business, you fail to actually understand what's really the sentiment of your customers because you're not going to listen to all those 1,000, surely. Every day you're listening to 1,000 records. That's not possible, right? But now you can actually pass all those records in AI and tell you, hey, first of all, convert this to text. Then help me extract sentiments per call and averagely also per aggregate. Are you starting now to see, is it coming home now? Is it coming home, or how my child, are you perceiving it? Are you perceiving it? So those are some of the use cases actually we'll be bringing together. Of course, plus other things. Computer vision is, I can give it things that it cannot see, or it can see and ask it to see. Right? This includes, I can give it a picture, I can give it physical representation and tell me to extract more information. I think I remember I gave my AI an abstract old picture that contained a map of Berlin and tell it, please tell me what you see in that map. Please extract to me the top tourist destinations in that map and give me their corresponding Google Maps locations. You see, it's an old map. It's a proper old paper map. So that's computer vision, right? If I come to you with a map in Chinese, I've just traveled from China, I'm in Kenya, I have my map of Kenya, it's in China, and you're a travel agent, and I explain to you, I was told to go here. How are you going to explain to me as your client? You don't read Chinese, right? Probably. So what are you going to do in the first instance? You're not going to lose your business, right? I know the first business will be like, hey, Mama Mbugua, do you know anyone who knows Chinese? Yeah? You'll call someone to try help you. But you see, there are tools or ways you can actually overcome that. And just, you're trying to go to Masai Mara, this is what will take you to there. I'll take you there. I'll stay away from robotics because we don't have self-driving cars here. Our manufacturing, the finance bill is determined to kill it and all those things. So I'll not go very much into robotics, but it touches on those automating, processing machines, doing manual work. I think I watched, there are 2 hotels that I've seen deploy robots. There's one in South Africa. There's another one where they have robotics concierge. So I report to the hotel. I enter instructions. The concierge tells me, follow me. I'm going to that room. It takes me to that room. Then it leaves me, right? Or I can ask it, I'm looking for directions to this place. And the robot tells you in spoken word and as together with text, hey, you're looking to go here. Yeah, absolutely. Aha, there you go. I haven't been to Kempinski, so you can see where my lane is. Thank you very much. So it's happening.